Hello everybody, Monkeypuzzle here, and it's time for episode 13, playing the Direwolf20 FTB pack for Minecraft 1.7.10 on the Primus Server. And I'm floating out here in front of my base like I sometimes do in the beginning of episodes. This time, because the first thing I want to show you is a little bit noisy. Not too bad. It's the wonderful sound of mana being constantly collected by my mana distributors, from my mana spreaders, from my endo flames. And you saw me set this up last time. The update to show you this time is Chilm so graciously came over with a box of Buildcraft goodies and helped me get my redstone dust off the ground. You know, I was starting to get used to it. You could read like exactly how many how full your mana pool was. Basically, I'm pulling from this comparator from the mana pool, and it gives a strength of 15 when this is full, and proportions thereof when it's not. And if you have 15 redstone dust, you can get a redstone signal all the way to your shutoff, and you could count like, oh, I'm 13/15 full. But it was messy, ugly redstone on the ground. And so instead, thanks to Chilm, we are now using a Buildcraft structure pipe with a Buildcraft gate. It's got this nice little rotating cyborg eye. I by your command. Anyway, what this gate says, and I need a free hand to do this, I think, is apparently now in Buildcraft, gates have the ability to read redstone levels. So a basic old gate, you can set it that when it receives redstone level 15 to give whatever you want, in this case, a red pipe signal. And at first we were sending that redstone pipe signal all the way to a gate over here that would then emit a redstone signal to keep this on and keep the open crate from dropping the charcoal. We're all the way on charcoal now thanks to the tree farm upgrades, which we'll get to in a minute. And then we buried it and covered it with these facades for Buildcraft, but we couldn't get the color quite right. And then I realized, if I get a wrench in my hand, that I only needed to go this far just to get that signal. So it says, like I said, if this strength is 15 to give a red pipe signal, the red pipe signal goes down to here to this gate, which I can't necessarily touch right now apparently, but it just says if it receives a red pipe signal to give a redstone signal, and that will be carried all the way over to here. And the Ender IO redstone conduit has these lovely facades that match exactly. So that's pretty good. We just got this little thing popping out here. It reminds me a little bit of if you ever see an old stage with a play and they've got that little covered shell. You know, the audience is over here and this is the stage, and there's somebody in there who's got the script in case the actor forgets his lines. Yeah, so it kind of looks like that, except for the little cyborg snake inside of it. Oh yeah, and I'm recording this later, but I forgot to show you this. These are all full mana tablets, so plenty of power stored up. There's an update for you. Another one is that the tree farm that we upgraded last time with the obsidian lumber axes is doing wonderfully. They're still showing no signs of breaking, as they are unbreakable, truly. The one thing that came as a byproduct, which was a benefit and a little bit of a hassle, but you know, gosh, you get so many resources, it's just a pain to collect them all, is that this now drops XP orbs because of the auto-smelt, and I was getting XP orb litter all over the place. So I had to go from the vacuum chests I had to a little network of vacuum hoppers, and vacuum hoppers have less of a range. They only go 3 from it in a square around them. So I guess it's a 7x7 square, and you can't overlap them, otherwise things will get stuck in the middle, conflicted between the forces. So now we have a whole grid of open blocks hoppers, or excuse me, vacuum hoppers right here. So he's doing it now. Okay, so But this is all right. I mean, it collects everything around here just fine. And now I have a whole collection network in this area. So I don't know if we're going to have time today or not, but when I make a jaded amaranthus, my next flower, a flower that creates flowers, when I break them, they'll be automatically collected either in this area or this area. So that is yet to come. And then final update, go down here, is I added some more deep storage because of all these things we're getting. This thing had filled up all the way down to the last 2 drives. So I added 5 more. And now we are, if we sort by number of items, we are deep storing all the way to here. So all those other things from here to here all go in the deep storage units. You got cotton and essence berries, and charcoal has moved its way all the way up to 151,000 from that farm, even though I'm burning it here and dropping it up there. So yep, that's pretty good. And these ones are pretty much all energy except for essence berries there, and these are mostly blocks over here. So that's all good. So today I wanted to move forward, making a little bit more progress with y'all. I showed you this list last time. We worked through some of it. So today I want to see if we can do that, and we can do that. Basically start moving ahead with Thaumcraft, because I made you guys sit through 2 episodes of me doing all the research and just whipping that out, but not much came out of it except for a wand with where I can shoot some fire and some lightning. So let's start doing the work to make that amount to something. So some of the first things I'm going to need to do are over here on the alchemy page. I need to start alchemizing, and we're going to just skip the crucible altogether because it's just a mess to use and a pain. And we're going to go straight to essentia distillation and automated alchemy. And then that will get us set up for infusion, which I think is down here in artifice somewhere. Oh, right here, duh. Okay. And there's a couple other things that we're missing in here, and hopefully we'll have time to do them today. One of them we needed to get dark, but we'll get there when we get there. So I'm slightly set up here. We're going to need some arcane stone blocks. The first thing we're doing is the recipe right here for the essentia distillation. So we got to make the alchemical furnace, which looks like that, and some of these V filters, and then these alembics. And while we're here, we're going to make some alchemical constructs. So let's do all that, and I'll show you how it all goes together. So I already got those, the arcane stone blocks, and let's use 7 of them right away to get the alchemical furnace, and we should get by with just 1 of those. Oh yeah, and the warp keeps coming more and more. I'm going to have to make that soap in the sauna pretty soon. Where are those anyway? Soap and sauna somewhere. There we go. Yeah. And hopefully that will help with some of that. I haven't got attacked, but I do get the flex flu once in a while. So then we move over to here. We're going to make 10 of these V filters. So there we go. And then over here, I'm set up to make essentia tubes. So let's make a full stack of those. And then I forgot to grab some levers. So let's just make a bunch of levers. I only got 2 in the ME network. So let's make a stack of levers. Okay. And we'll put half of them back. And then over here, I forgot to show you, besides adding the DSU, I also added a whole nother drive full of the 4K cells. And since symmetry is important, I added a whole nother 4K drive over here. And I took all the existing drives and I threw them through the, what is this? The MEIO port, and defragmented everything again. So we're clear all the way up to here now. Anyway, that's part of the update from before. So yeah, oh yeah, I was going to, and I don't know if I need to do this in here or not. Let's go back to the cheapo ones for this stuff. Is I wanted to take, half of these and put them in with the levers, and that's going to give me the essentia valves. And, oh, I have insufficient V. Okay. Let's grab our wands out of these. And I probably won't need a ton of valves today. I'm going to mostly try to stay away from the pipes and valves. Let's see. Can do some more. And we're going to have to cheat and run over the cat dogs and get a charge at some point because it's a pain to run around all the nodes and gather it up. And he offered me to use his system to do it. So we got 14 Essentia valves. That's a good start for now. Let's grab our wand. And then I made all those things besides having them themselves is so that I could make these things. So let's see if I can remember that. We got a little cross of the tubes, Essentia valves, in a little angle here, the V filter, and we need some great wood planks. Oops, so in this chest, I've got great wood and silver wood and some other related things. So I probably don't need that many, but there are some. So let's do my memory test here. We want that, and I think I'm doing 2 of these recipes. So let's see. Azo and like that, and like that, and I think it needs that in there. Insufficient. Okay, off to cat dog. I'll meet you over there just to show you what he's got, since he's shown people already, and as a goal for something that we're striving for. So see you in a second. And where does Cat Dog live? Well, just follow behind the big Primus logo he made overlooking our village spawn town. So, yeah, that's lovely. A little logo advertising Primus Server. Oh, look, he's got a road now. How fancy. And his big, fancy, magical world is taking its time to load here, but what we want is in his little Thaumcraft cube over here, and he's got an activated node with all this fancy node stuff. Let's turn on Wayla, node transducer, and advanced node stabilizer, and the V charge relay on his arcane work table. So I can just throw these in here, and they will gradually fill up. And one other thing I have on me while that's doing that I haven't shown you guys is in my baubles. I have this V stone that I found in a chest somewhere, and if I hold a wand, supposedly it gradually charges from my V-stone, and the V-stone gradually charges while it's on me. So that's another thing we can do, but you can see it's kind of slow. Anyway, I'll get this done, and I'll meet you back at the base. Okay, I'm back here, and Cat Dog actually just came on, and I just told him I rigged his whole base with explosives, and just, you know, to pay him back for giving me all that free V. So now, I was skipping around here, but let's go ahead and make these now. So we can grab those 2 of them. I think we're good on that. We can take those back, and I'll show you how I'm going to use those in a second. And I should have made these actually after I made the furnace, because alchemical furnace, because they go together. But these are the arcane alembics, and I probably can't make quite 5 with that wand. Let's see if this wand can do the rest. Yep. So we have all that stuff now. So let me see if I got what I need. So the first thing actually, let's just get my steak out of the way in this and get some of these things down here. So we got the furnace and the alembics and the crucible. So maybe right here, sorry Firefly, you gotta move. We'll set up the whole alchemical furnace alembic thingy do, so that you can do 5 of them. So that will actually go all the way up to the ceiling. And this is how we're going to get the aspects we need to do anything else with, whether it's alchemy or infusion. So we're going to set up alchemy over here and infusion over here. Infusion will probably wait for another episode. So the infusion normally starts, well, put it right here. It starts with a crucible and some water and a heat source underneath it, and you throw stuff in and you miss a lot, and it starts degrading aspects, and uses some of what you threw in, and the rest turns into this purple flux that flows all over the place. We don't need Whale anymore. Let me turn that off. But if I do it, I think just like this, and maybe whack it with a wand, bam, we get automated alchemy and alchemical construct. Okay, with the crucible. So this is now an automated alchemy thing. So why don't we start? Oops, I keep doing that. Anyway, why don't we stack each of the shards in there to start with, and that in here, and that's going to give us all the primal elements plus some magic. And we'll just do a little bit of stuff today because it's just hard to do everything in once. So, oh yeah, and I need some coal or some charcoal. So that's easy enough. I think we have enough for this project. And it goes a long ways in here. So let's throw that in. And there, now it's going to start breaking down into stuff. And this stuff, this purple uncategorized V, I think, or aspects, or whatever it's called at this stage, are then going to get separated out into these alembics. And we could make a big fancy piping system that goes to all the pipes and everything, but it's a pain, and maybe there's a way to do it automatically, but I haven't seen it done in the crack pack. You guys saw me running all over, turning off valves and turning on valves and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to actually skip straight to the alchemy golem, I think he's called, or the decanting golem. Yeah, I think that's it. I have to check now, because I can't tell you guys the wrong information. Alchemy, decanting. I think it's this one we need to move to. And he will empty it all by himself and put it in the jars for us. So we'll get there. But this is what's going to get us there. So yeah, and I got to make some jars next. Well, let's go to the one with the wand in it right here. So jars are pretty simple. The warded jars, you take some panes and you go like that, and you throw some slabs up there, and it's going to use some water V, so we'll only get like 6 out of this one. Yep, there they are. And then let's throw another wand in there that's got some, nope, that one's got no aqua. That's got a little bit of aqua. And then let's blow out one of these gold banded greatwood wands and get some more. So we got 18 to start with. That will get us somewhere. Put my stuff away in here. And then, yeah, once this is done, I think what you can do is, and these only hold 32 at a time, so I think you can just right click with the jar and it goes right in there. And these hold 64, so I'll be able to click like that twice. And so we're going to skip the pipes for now, just do some clicking. And we want to make sure we keep putting stuff in the same jar. So, and that is probably still building up, but we can click it like that. And then that one was the vitreous, so on. So I'm going to go ahead and do some jar clicking and collect some stuff, and we'll make something and we'll move on. Well, I'm still working on it, and I'm starting to get jars of crazy magical fluid stacked up all over the place. It's just beginning to look like a real wizardly alchemist's workplace. So I guess thaumaturge is the right word. And this is starting to get rigged up with all of the elemental aspects, getting all crazy looking, but it's nighttime right now. There's one thing I wanted to do while it's night is in the Thaumonomicon down here, I'm missing some stuff. I'm missing, and I think it's an artifice maybe. Yeah, I'm missing the pathway to here. And this includes brains in a jar, and it also includes the infusion enchanting. Be able to enchant things with the infusion altar, which we haven't made yet, but we will, and we need that open. And there's another pathway we're missing too, and that's what this is going to lead to. So before it becomes daytime, and it looks like daytime because I've got my night vision on so you guys can see. I like that sound. Okay, I'll stop. Is down here, if we get too close, we're going to generate some angry zombies or furious zombies. Hopefully these guys will work. And while I'm here, I might as well charge up my wand a little bit. Not much I needed out of there. But come on, zombies. Go ahead and spawn for me. And once one does, we're going to scan it and see if that gives us what we need. So he's furious, more than angry. Hold still, man. There we go. And I have discovered a clue to new research. It worked. There it is. The brain in the jar. Excellent. So as soon as I research this, this will lead me to that. So that's one of the things I wanted to do. That's a little hidden part to the Thaumcraft research. So let me get back to my alchemizing. See you in a bit. I am back, and the moon's coming up outside, and we got stacks and stacks of water jars here. So this thing is all set up with all 6 of the elemental aspects, and it always looks kind of crazy like that when you hook it up. And then over here you can see there's certain aspects that you get lots of, like vitreous, the little crystal one. You get a lot of when, especially when you do the shards. There's other things that can contain it too. Oops, busting up my place. What I can do with this, since vitreous doesn't get used very often at all in infusion, whereas magic does, which is precantatio, we can leave those there. Maybe take one off the top. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and made this file cabinet. And file cabinets are great for keeping lots of things that would not normally stack in a chest. They got to be all the same kind of item, all have the same number, in this case 4815, but they'll all stack in here. So we got our nice little file cabinet, and we don't have to keep everything out on the floor, but I will for the most part, because the infusion altar is going to be pulling straight from this stuff. Anyway, so now we've got all those ready to go. Let's do our first automated alchemy. So we throw a chest right there, and anything we make is going to get put into it. And now this thing is really bulked up. Crazy contraption. But we click up here, and if we put a catalyst in this case, I want to make balanced shards. And balanced shards were going to be very tricky to make in the Crucible because they took all the elements. So I guess they took all the elements except for the one that is in the shard you made. So we can make, it takes 2 each. There's 64 in a jar, so we can make 32 balanced shards. So I think we just go ahead and click on that, and I think it should be doing it. Hopefully. Yes? No? Are you doing it? Alright, I figured out what I'm doing wrong is that it needs a fire source underneath. For some reason I was thinking it didn't. For this, it's actually the water it doesn't need, but it still needs the heat source. So we'll stick a piece of nitor under there, and then, yes, we are in operation. Excellent. So there we are. We're getting our balanced shards. Ooh, nice sounds. We'll have 32 of them in the end. But what I wanted to do with this, stick it in here, and we'll have the recipe for the primal charm. And hopefully we can make 2 of these. We'll see. Well, I'm almost can make 2, but 1 will be enough for now. We'll need another one later to make some stuff with. But apparently, if I carry this around in my inventory for a little while, it's going to say things to me. And we're going to open up another piece of research. So that's cool. Now, while we're waiting for that, let me take you on a little tour to wrap up the episode. I want to take you to a couple places that I was thinking about building. And it is raining right now again. So let me wait till this rain goes away, till it's night and I can sleep. And we'll do that real quick. Alright, it's daytime. The rain is gone. Let me take you to this place first. So way over here on the map, while this loads in, let me just show you here on the journey map. So you can see I'm in a big old mesa biome. Down this way is Aaron's new base, and this is how I found this. I decided to fly back to my base to see if I could find anything, and I ran into this, and I'll show you its features in a minute. And just so you guys know, here's my hex tower, here's the village, cat dogs over here, and Dr. Ragehard is setting up right in here somewhere. And Chilm is setting up his new place here besides his little one that's next to me over there. And then, let me see, Pengu Island, Blizzard Penguin's little island is way up here. And then, let me see, Brink, he had his burned down house is over here in the village. And then his new base is so far down south, I can't even scroll down there. He's like 10,000 down. And Infuego is over here somewheres. There he is. There is Infuego. And then Schnicks, who I hope will start coming back on the server. Come back, Schnicks. He just has one little house. I'm losing my bearings here. In Spawn Town. Just a little normal house he made there. So hopefully he'll come back on and do more soon. Anyway, that probably gave enough time for this to load up. And here it is. We got a volcano and a nice little asteroid crater and all this beautiful mesa and this little sandy valley. And we got redwoods over here. Not exactly what you would expect to go together. Maybe they're sequoias. That would make a little bit more sense. Anyway, I like redwoods. I like mesas. I figured I could go below the surface and quarry out a whole bunch of hardened clay. Hey, that is the primal charm. For a moment, strange energies surround the primal charm. They dissipate quickly, but you are left strangely inspired. Ooh, I don't think I got a new research note yet. I think it's in thaumaturgy when it shows up. We shall see. And anyway, I'm going to need one of these for making a crafting scepter right there, which we'll talk about next time. But anyway, I thought this might be a good place for a real abstract build. Get a bunch of colorful clays and do something kind of crazy out here. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'll make like a Anasazi kind of cliff dwelling kind of place. I don't know, but I liked it. I thought it was a neat biome. And I don't have anything here yet except a crafting station and a link book and a torch, I guess, to be exact. And then the other place is over here. I'm going to let it load in for a second and I'll be right back. I think it's mostly loaded in, so it's mainly this great big highland that extends quite a ways this way. And then we got these nice little peaks here. This looks like a place for a little spot right here. Got some rainforest. And this valley it's overlooking with this, I think you call these the canopy forest with the dark oaks and a nice Natura redwood, a little village that I can expand and villagers I can play with. Anyway, I thought this would be a good space to do more kind of expansive agricultural based stuff because I want to play with bees and trees and more botania and stuff. And my little roof has its limits. This isn't completely flat, but I think I can work with this. I've always really liked highlands, and yeah, I could just flatten out little spots and do various things and imagine it covered with all the extra trees and the extra bees and the butterflies and so on. And it is just right over here between my hex tower and Infuego's place over here. I've got some taint I got to clear up over here and some of those crimson bad guys that come with Thaumcraft, so they're interesting. And I've been doing my ender quarrying up here in this extreme hills biome. So yeah, that's it. In the upcoming episodes, I may expand out to either one of these places, unless I find someplace cooler in the meantime. But these are my best two options right now. Tell me what you guys think. In the meantime, I am still Monkeypuzzle, and this has been an episode. And I will start putting another one together for you guys right away because we're on the brink of all kinds of cool things. So, Doggy's knocking things over, and I'm signing out. Bye-bye.